Hello and welcome to this lecture on variables in a class. Many occasions you will have classes with variables and you will have classes without variables. Classes without variables generally act as a bunch of functions like utility functions. Now, but many occasions we will have class with variables and an object of such a class have state represented by these variables, and these are called internal fields, and in general they are just variables. At the end of this video, you should be able to understand the significance of fields of a class, protect the fields because you don't want to make some unnecessary value changes, understand the use of this keyword to refer to the fields, and get an idea of final and static variables in a class. These are also known as fields, instance variables, member variables. They do not exist until an object is created. So when the class gets loaded into the memory, the variables don't occupy memory. It is only when you use a new keyword and you allocate memory and memory for an object, and that is when they occupy memory. Now they may be primitives or references or both. They are generally made as private but not necessarily. There are some variables that you intentionally want to make them as public so everybody can access that from wherever they want. But generally they are made as private. If you have private variable or if you have a public variable, irrespective of that, if you want to use that somewhere, you need a reference to that object. And once you have a reference, then you can either access them directly if they are not private, but if they are private, you access a method through which you access that variable. But you need a reference for that. Now, when they created, they will be in the heap. Now, they all will be occupying memory in the heap, which means they will be zero filled automatically. Primitives will be set to 0 like integers, decimals will be 0.0, boolean will be false, references will be set with null values. Now, use constructor to reset them to whatever the desired values you want. For example, if you have a class like employee and you want to specify a default salary so that for every employee object you create there is a default value, so constructor would be a good place to specify that. Now by default, the variables of a class belong to the object. For example, if you consider a class called employee with 3 variables, ID, name and salary, by themselves they don't occupy any space. However, if you create variables of employee class and assign them to objects of employees, then they get occupied in the memory. These variables are also known as non-static variables or instance variables. For example, we have 2 employee references, Shyam and Satya. Shyam equals to new employee will now reserve some space with ID, name and salary. Satya equals to new employee will also reserve separate space for ID, name and salary. This is how they look in the memory. 2 references, Shyam and Satya, with reference numbers 12001, 12002, hypothetically, they point to 2 different objects, 2 different memories, 2 different set of variables. So that is why we say ID, name, salary being non-static variables, they belong to objects, not to the class. Now there are variables that belong to the class and not to the objects. We'll look into that in a few minutes later. Now, instance variables are not accessible in a static method or a static block. Now these 2 are generally accessed without an object. So what if I never create an object and we call a static method and that is trying to access a instance variable which only are created in the memory when an object is created. So that's kind of a contradiction, because of which compilers will put a break and say, hey, there is an error, you cannot really access a non-static variable in these 2 sections. Now often we would like to protect the values of a variable. Now the reason is they represent state of an object and they always come with some or the other validation. For example, now ID of an employee cannot be negative. You can say salary cannot be outside of a range like 15,000 to 2 lakh. A name cannot be empty or probably cannot be too big or something like that. You always have some validations. Now, if you do not protect them, then instance variables are accessible directly, then it is possible that wrong values may be assigned. Now, wrong value for us, but for compiler it may not be wrong. For example, now Shyam.salary equals to 4,50,000 looks fine to us, but as far as the validation rule says that it should be between 15,000 and 2 lakh, now this value is incorrect. But is it incorrect for the compiler? No. Similarly, id equals to -21. There is nothing wrong because id is an integer. Both these values are not incorrect for the compiler because compiler thinks that hey, 4,50,000 is a very well value given for the salary because it is double. -21, is it not an integer? It is, and that's why it is not a problem. But based on the business domain, these two are incorrect values. So how do we protect this? Now, to protect these state variables, we use the concept of encapsulation. In other words, we would like to shield them and provide an access indirectly. So hide the data members using private and then expose the access to these using the public members, which are methods. Now, methods are blocks of code, which means we can do a lot of things before we actually assign the value to the member variable. Now, here is an example. We have a member variable and we made it as private this time with a private double salary, and we do have a function called setSalary. And note that the argument is also known as a salary here. Now, isn't it not going to be a confusion? No, that confusion is resolved because compilers will prefer the parameter salary whenever you access that. But here is what we're going to do. We check this input salary, the parameter, is it between 15,000 and 2 lakh? Yes, then we will assign that to the salary. And note that this time we say this third salary to indicate that it's a member variable. So there's no confusion. Now, if you assign 4,50,000 to Shyam.salary, this is going to be a compiler error because you're trying to access a private variable using a reference, not allowed by Java. Now, however, you can use Shyam.setSalary of 4,50,000. Now, when this is supplied, if you look at the function parameter 4,50,000 is received by that, then it is being compared with the range of 15,000 to 2 lakh. Now, it doesn't match, so the actual value is never assigned to this dot salary. So, it is allowed, but it won't affect anything. Now, if you say Shyam.setSalary of 1,90,000, again the same thing happens. It is supplied as a parameter. The parameter is checked for a range and the range is okay. Now, this parameter value is assigned to the member variable. So, this is allowed as well as changes the salary. Now, as you can see, we protected the salary by making sure that the wrong values are never supplied to this particular salary. Similarly, you can have a set ID or set name to do individual validation before the actual value can be applied. Now, you can also observe the keyword this in this particular case. Now, this variable is basically an implicit reference to the object. Now, there is a local variable, there is an instance variable. Both of them have the same name as salary. Now, if you think that there is a confusion, for compiler it is straightforward, no confusion. It prefers the closest declared variable, which is a parameter. So, in order to distinguish the parameter with the member, we would like to use the keyword this. When the salary variable is used in an expression inside the method, local variable is chosen. Now, to explicitly refer to the instance variable, we use the keyword this as a reference. So, it actually corresponds to the member variable. Now, there are other fields also. These fields can be final. A field can be marked with a final to indicate the value of the field may not be changed once it is initialized. Now, something like const in C and C++, but there is a difference. Now, const means while you declare the variable, you have to assign. Final means it's not necessary to assign while declaration, but you can do that later also, but only one time. Now, to initialize a final field, you can assign at the time of declaration itself, or you can do that at the constructor level. So if you have a class called employee and we have a private final int id, now note that we are not initialized anything, and don't think that it gets initialized to 0 by default, because at the time of this initialization, constructor is called. So we do have a constructor where an id is supplied and the id is assigned to this. And note that the constructor for a given object is called only one time. This is not going to be a problem. However, we have a function called setID which receives an ID and tries to assign that to the member. Now this is an error. No matter whether you call this function or not, now there is a possibility that this function can be called so many times. So compiler knows this in advance, and compiler stops you by doing this and gives an error. So that's not allowed. Now in a class, you can also have some variables that do not belong to an object, and these are called class variables. Now also they are called static variables. So all objects see the same value from the static variable. Now they are all shared. This member belongs to the class and not to an individual object. We define this with the static keyword, accessed using class name rather than object reference, which means you don't even need to create an object. You can simply use the class name dot the variable. Of course, that depends on whether that variable is private or public. Now if it's private, you can't access them directly. Now let's quickly summarize what we have learned. A variable in a class is also known as fields. Sometimes they are called as attributes, instance variables, or non-static variables. Fields are generally kept private and exposed via public functions. Use final to make the variable unchangeable or initialized only one time. You can do that with the help of a constructor or directly while declaring it. Static variables belong to the class and they don't belong to an object. They are also accessed using class name rather than object references.